I'll be talking about a Medicare announcement that could totally sabotage your Social Security increase in today's video. Let's get started on the video. I have all the information you require in one place. We're going to be receiving some pretty significant announcements from CMS Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, as well as the Social Security Administration over the next few months. Let's go over all the facts now. These are some extremely important statements from the Security Administration regarding benefit checks for over 70 million beneficiaries who do depend on these payments each and every month. And guess what? It translates into money in your pocket. Pocket money in your bank account, and how much Social Security will once again pay you each month, despite the fact that this CMS announcement again focuses on Medicare and Medicaid services may not. Despite the fact that it may not appear relevant, it is ultimately very important because it affects your finances and the amount of Social Security you will receive. But nonetheless, we should talk about this now because during the past few years, we've seen some really strange things here. I should also mention what's been happening for beneficiary, the announcements that go along with it, and we all acknowledge that costs have increased significantly over the past few years for almost everything. We also acknowledge that increases to Social Security benefit checks have not kept up with this trend. Price hikes are nothing new. You already know that. But that is the reality, and this one Medicare announcement has the potential to completely sabotage the future for beneficiaries, particularly in the coming year. Well, let me clarify everything, but before we do so, I would greatly appreciate it if you could quickly make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel by clicking the icon directly below the video. If you're new, hello and thank you very much for watching. Myself, thank you very much. I'm available to you every day, researching, keeping an eye on the news, and lobbying for you. I'll also be answering any questions you may have and doing everything I can to support you at this difficult time. We all understand that things are difficult financially right now. I don't need to tell you this twice. We all know that we're going through this together, and we're all irritated and frustrated by it. I appreciate you being here, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so below. I just want to do everything in my power to support you all at this difficult time. That being said, let me discuss this specific Medicare notice and provide an update on the present state of affairs. As you may recall, Medicare releases announcements periodically throughout the upcoming months here. But in the past few years, things have actually changed a little bit. A few years ago, they made the announcement in November. Last year, they made the announcement in, perhaps, August. That was a lot earlier. But the point is that, as the year goes on, we're waiting for the Medicare Part B premium hike announcement. I say announcement because, to be fair, last year there probably won't be a decrease. Yes, the Medicare Part B premium dropped. However, it was only a 3% drop. It was as small as $5, which was still acceptable. In any case, the Medicare Part B premium was $164,090. Medicare beneficiaries who are paying this and who this is affecting have seen it increase by $980 to $174.79 for the year 2024. This is a significant increase, but keep in mind that typically the Medicare Part B, the premium increases somewhat each year, but not always, and the rate at which it does so varies from year to year. In fact, from last year to this year, it increased significantly. When they announced it for this year, it increased by just less than 6%. A few years ago, it increased by 14.5%. Last year, it decreased by 3%. All of this is to say, we've been getting considerable, significant announcements have been made, and among the many prescription items that have been announced, the most are related to Alzheimer's disease. You've heard me discuss those previously. There are a few distinct, extremely costly drugs that are currently available, and Medicare then declares that it will begin to pay for this, and then it passes the premium hike onto all of the beneficiaries, thereby making them pay for all of these astronomically expensive prescription drugs. The cost per patient is approximately $26,000 to $28,000 a year. That's insane, can you believe that? Nearly $30,000 a year is spent on prescription drugs. That alone is absurd, That's just the one we're not discussing. Like a handful or a bagful, correct? We're talking about a single prescription, but the point is that given the circumstances, we can look quite optimistically at the hike as of right now. It's looking very good right now. It won't be nearly as high as the 88.7% that we received last year, but Social Security will be funded by the annual cost of living adjustment. Possess decent, we don't yet have the official number, but based on what I've estimated as of right now, it appears to be a respectable amount. All right, it appears that it might. Let's just say that much. But this is what the COLA does, so keep in mind that while the COLA increases your benefit, any of that money may disappear before you ever see it. The increase, or any other regular benefit you receive. Guess who enters and takes their piece first? Medicare deducts their portion from your check before you receive a dime, so you can only imagine how it works. Functions properly. Yes, exactly how it works, but nonetheless, so Medicare steps in and deducts the premium from your benefit check. However, here's the catch. If the premium is really high once more, with the possibility that the premium increase will totally remove the Social Security increase from the Coke. Knowing that is not pleasant news to hear, I'm just letting you know that this is the truth of the problem is that there are a few various aspects at play, but the most important one would be that we may have to wait and see if this circumstance recurs. Be the amount that Social Security beneficiaries get in their raises in payments. What is the proportion? Naturally, a bigger percentage is preferable, but it's also important to comprehend what Medicare is. Gonna handle the premiums for these beneficiaries, the 65 million Medicare Part B recipients. Now, what we need to keep an eye on is if the Medicare Part B premium increases by the same amount. As it has in the past few years, we might witness it completely eradicate the COLA, or at the very least, a sizable amount of it for the great majority of beneficiaries. And once more, we have the same situation wherein the Medicare Part B premium increased by less than 6%, or 3.2%, for the year 2024. It increased by 5.92%, and then the Medicare Part B premium caused the COLA to decrease by $9.80. So that's essentially a $10 increase in the premium eliminated, taking away $10 from the COLA each month and the COLA for. The majority of folks didn't even realize that $15, $20, $25, $30, it was just not appropriate. Therefore, the benefit was decreased, and the rise was also decreased by a significant amount. All right, so this is the singular circumstance. These are the two distinct aspects for which we currently do not have the answers, but we do know that they will both be arriving soon. The COLA appears to be quite promising, but keep in mind that you do not have to obtain a Coke each year. Or perhaps I should say, you are not entitled to a Coke raise every year. Regardless, we do need a raise every year. What I'm trying to convey is that there have been years in history. Possess none of the COLA. It's true that zero COLA occurs, and while it appears that there will be a respectable COLA as of right now, it might very well be much greater. However, the unknown factor is that we have no idea what CMS or Medicare will do with rates in the future. That being said, this entire issue might potentially come to a standstill once more, similar to what we observed last year, which was kind of a flat line, but not quite as much as what we saw this year, with the premium rise and the modest COLA of 3.2%, which makes sense naturally. I'll keep you updated on this. But as I find out more, I'll make sure to bring it up here in these little videos. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of it. You respond so rapidly, and yes, we are entering these crucial months in terms of the COLA. We have witnessed price increases and growing inflation rates. Single month this year, so we can only assume that as we approach these 3 crucial months, July, August, and September, we will once more be dealing with the 3 months that truly count when it comes to how much your time will tell. We don't know yet, but I'll keep you updated. COLA will be, we can only expect that this inflation will grow higher, or at least stay elevated during these months as well. As I obtain additional information, please do the following. If you haven't already, please do so by leaving your questions, comments, and feedback below. You can also subscribe below the video. There's a large subscribe button below. Make sure to click the share button to show your friends the video on my social media accounts. You can also view the thousands of other films on the channel, some of which have been personally chosen for you, by scrolling down below. The description at the top of the comment area and some videos are now appearing on your screen. Alright, thank you so much. I hope this is helpful. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video right now when you click on it. Take care and have a good one.